Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Alana is back. It's been a minute since she's been here.
It's been a while.
Actually almost a year.
It's almost a year.
We did a New Year's look last year, which was actually this look right here. It was a gold coppery smoky eye with a bold red lip. Not the exact same products, but
very similar.
Very similar.
Very similar.
So I wanted to put my signature look on her today, which as you guys know is a purpley, grungy, smoky eye with a soft nude lip and more highlight than any one person should be wearing. We went in with 3, which par for the course for me.
I mean, look, you should see the drawer. How many
there's
are
a
in
lot.
the drawer?
They have seen the drawer. I'm going to link a video up there of my collection. If you guys haven't seen everything I have, there's a lot. So if you want to hang out with us, enjoy a nice margarita.
Oh, right.
Enjoy. I mean,
well, what's left of it?
What's left. Hang out with us, chat a little bit, and get her glam for us to cook dinner, sit on the couch, and watch the marvelous Mrs. Maisel. So that's what we're doing tonight. And tonight it seems that you guys are hanging out with us while we get ready. So if that's something you want to see, make sure to keep on watching. And please don't forget to subscribe because I do upload 3 times a week. That is the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you want to watch us get Alana glam as hell, keep on watching. But I'm going to start with brows. This is probably the weirdest thing ever. Just look, I'm going to talk while I work. Weirdest thing ever. Brows are like the last thing I do on myself. But when I'm working on somebody else, for some reason, it is the first thing I like to do. Just because I like to map out the face a little bit. Give us an idea of where things are going to go. And Alana's skin is much more dry than mine is. So the amount of powder I put on, if I start with my brows, they're going to end up super ashy and super gray. But because we're going to be like Target powdering, we're not going to have to deal with that today.
Please don't overdo them.
I never... Look in the monitor. Look. They're not overdone. We're just kind of framing the shape a little bit. Oh, just shaping. Filling in any sparseness. I don't do a bold brow. Actually, you guys missed it. She didn't miss it because I was talking to her. We were on FaceTime the other night while I was cleaning. And I was trying out the new Benefit Brow Styler. This is the Precisely My Brow. It's the one with the powder. It's in one of these drawers. And I did like the most Instagram carved brow. And it looked okay. And we're sitting on FaceTime and she's like, I don't love the Instagram brow. And I was like, okay. And I connected them. I made it a unibrow.
And then it was a unibrow.
It was perfect. All right, so that's all I'm doing to the brows. I'm just kind of shaping a little bit. I'll carve a little bit when we prime the eyes, which this is another one of those weird things. On me, sometimes I will start with eyes. Most of the time I will pretty much start with complexion and then do eyes.
That is a brush.
What is a
brush? Can you show them that brush?
Oh.
Look at how big that brush is. My concealer brushes are so tiny.
This is the e.l.f. 16 Camo Hour concealer. Taking a little bit of that, and that's going to be our eye primer today. I don't know if I remember to say this in the intro or not, so I'm going to say it here. It's Inception. I always do that, and I'm like, I don't know if I said it in the intro, even though I hadn't filmed it yet. Right. I'm using all Luxie brushes today. I'm just going to take, this is the Luxie Flat Blender 110, close your eyes, and I'm just going to prime the eyelids. On me, I have to go in with something much heavier to prime the lids because, again, I am so oily.
And I am not.
And you are not. Plus, and this is something that, good for you, she has a lot less veininess and redness on her lids, so I can just do a soft concealer, and that's it. Something I did say earlier because we were laughing because I was filming a video because I knew I was going to be doing her makeup on camera. There are margaritas off camera, so if you keep seeing the straws, margaritas.
Mm-hmm. My little yellow straw is just like sitting right there.
Every time I do her makeup, I always throw her in like a coppery, bronzy, goldy eye and a red lip. Every single time, no exceptions. And I was doing a first impressions, and it just so happened that this is the look that came out of that first impressions. So I'm flipping it today. We're going to be doing more of like a burgundy-ish, brown, smokier eye, and we're going to do a nude lip. So I'm going to be using the Ring the Alarm palette from Morphe and Jaclyn Hill. We're going to be chatting, so I'm not really going to be going over, like, all the shades I'm using, but everything is basically coming out of this palette. And we are going to be going pretty damn smoky.
I'm excited.
She never does smoky.
I don't do this. I can't do it to myself because
Close.
I wind up looking like I got beat up.
Which, it was funny, because we're going through the palettes and we're going through...
Which one to pick?
And every time I pulled out a palette and I'm like, this is going to be a really pretty color, she would say, I'm going to look like I have a black eye. And I'm like, can you just let me do what I do? Just let me.
Since I obviously don't, like I said, don't do my makeup that often, when I've been doing it, because all of the past 2 weeks I've had to do it for work, and I found fallout, like, everywhere.
That.
Even after I tapped the brushes, because I was worried I had too much product on the brush.
Interesting.
But we discussed the palettes I was using, some of them were a little bit older.
Okay, that could
So that could be why.
attribute to some of it. Although typically, yeah, when a powder is older, it does dry out. So you will get more of that powdery effect.
I feel so lost in underside of my eyes.
Why?
Because I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. They do.
They do.
But they can't yell at me like, oh my god, what is he doing?
That is true. What I do need you guys to do is comment down below. Because a lot of you guys are just, and again, I see my YouTube analytics, I know my demographics. Most of my viewers are in the 25 to 45 age range. There's a little bit younger, a little bit older, but it's predominantly working women or moms and people who don't have a lot of time to do all the what I do. And I get so many comments of people like, that looks really pretty, but I'm 3 products and out the door. So originally this video was going to be us getting ready together, and she was like, no one wants to watch that. I use like 4 products. So please comment down below and tell her she's wrong and that you would love for her to come back and see how she does her makeup while I do mine, because she always looks good. Nobody has to do what I like. It's a lot. I know that. It's excessive. So let her know down below that you would love to see.
Nobody has time to do what you do in the morning. I'm not a morning person.
I don't even have time to do what I do in the morning.
I know.
So definitely something I do agree with.
I'm always running out the door like a lunatic.
You also like to sleep and like to snooze your alarm.
Yeah.
We used to have a rule, because she and I have been friends for longer than I care to admit on camera. But the rule was, because I was always up very early at a young age, that is not the case anymore. We'd be like 16 years old, and the rule was I could not call her before noon.
Nope.
Because she'd be asleep. And then it'd be like 12:01. I would call. Her mom would be like, hi, Brett, and wake her up. And I'd be like, it's noon. Wake up.
If it was before noon, I was not getting up.
And not happy that I called.
Nope. If he woke me up, ooh, I was like waking the sleeping bear.
The one exception would be when I stay over, because then I'd be like, bitch, get up. I'm here. We're doing something.
Wake
Just
up.
tapping her face. Tapping.
But you didn't tap my face earlier today when I took a nap.
I didn't. I was very gentle waking you up.
I appreciate that.
But I also knew I had to bring her on camera, and I was not about to have cranky Alana on camera.
That would be bad.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to give you this just so when you do have your eyes, you can kind of peek and see what we're doing.
Okay.
So we're going predominantly, I've been using the same shade, Framed.
Okay.
And I'm just slowly building up that intensity, because I do want it to be not a one color smoky eye, but I do want it to be like monochromatic in that one tone. So we're just going to target, build up that color to give you that definition. What do you think of the color?
It is intense. And I'm excited about it. I'm trying not to look at it now and feel like this is what it's going to look like, because you're not done.
Not even remotely done.
So I'm trying really hard not to tell you, like, dear God, what have you done?
Okay. Do you feel like, dear God, what have I done yet?
No, but we're more like, what you doing?
Okay, all right.
What you doing on my
that.
face? Those are my eyes. They're very important.
So for those of you who don't know, she is in apparel fashion design.
Sorry.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're tearing.
I'm tearing. Well, because of whatever was in my eye.
It's fine. You're just messing up my beautiful hard work.
I'm
No,
sorry.
you're fine. I'm going to clean that up anyway.
Okay.
I
make sweaters for a living.
She does. Correction.
I design
She
sweaters.
designs the sweaters.
I don't actually physically do the making.
I'm wearing one of her sweaters. So is she.
I'm wearing a sweater.
Hi, Mac.
Hi, cat.
Hi, buddy. We have a friend under the table. I'm at a little bit of a standstill because I don't know what I want to do on the lid. And we're going to clean up the shape, but
No.
that's why I do concealer later. But it's very, like, purpley and very, I mean, it's a purple smoky eye, which is, like, my staple. But I don't know if I want to go, like, super gold on the lid or go a little more coppery bronzy.
Okay, well, let's talk this out. So, if I'm going to dinner...
Right, so we're doing Thanksgiving-y
I'm
dinner.
going to Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm wearing something neutral on top.
You're wearing neutral. You're doing a pinky nude lip. It's going to be super soft. I want a statement color. I'm going in with something vibrant.
Okay.
I'm going to go in, and if I always hate it, I could just take a glitter and throw it on top. This might be my favorite packing brush.
Let's articulate.
Let's articulate and speak. It is from the Luxie. This is the small shader 245. It was part of their, what set was it? The festival set. See, here's where we have fallout. But.
So here's where I'm going to close my eyes really, really strong.
Nope, you're fine. It won't get in your eye.
It better not. I'll cut you.
Will you?
If stuff gets in my eye.
Oh, yeah, no, you'll be fine.
With my contacts in.
So I don't love the yellow. It's a little bit not in the direction I want it to be. So I'm taking a little bit of Aphrodite. It doesn't look like you have a black eye. I'm talking about the yellow, and you need to relax. Taking a little bit of Aphrodite from Gaga House Labs. Can you open that drawer?
Mm-hmm.
I see my color switch.
Oh, wait.
The round disky thing right here. Hi, Mac.
What is the round disky thing?
That's my color switch. It pulls off, close, any color that is in my brush so that I can reuse the brush for something else.
So basically it gets rid of the excess product on the brush?
Yep.
That's cool.
It's like a microfibery sponge, so it literally just pulls wet pigment off. Okay, so having that base of gold under this like pinky sparkle, I think I really like. I'm going to take a little bit more.
I'm keeping them closed
Yes,
until you tell me to open them, right? Okay.
Taking a little bit of Framed, that same purpley tone we're using, and just making sure we don't lose the definition. That's something I do love about this Gaga formula, or I guess the House Labs formula, is that it layers really well underneath powder. With a lot of cream shadows, the second you start moving them around, you get Fallout City, and that does not happen.
Much better.
I like that color so much more. But that little pink of gold peeking through,
yeah,
I really like.
It's like almost framing my lash line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And does it still look bruisey?
Only a little.
But
we really need to put concealer on.
We will. We absolutely will.
And maybe you can't see it on camera, like I could see it all up close, like all of.
But and that's the thing. So when you look
circles under my eyes.
Yeah, well. After the concealer, I'm going to tie up the lower lash line. That's going to blend into the outer part. And then I'm going to finish the whole thing up.
Okay.
But for the most part,
yes,
we're in good shape.
Okay.
Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. Amazing for dry skin. I mean, I like it on myself too. But this is definitely a dry skin favorite. Because this is just great for adding that hydration. It is also vitamin C, so anti-pollution.
It feels really thick and...
It's definitely more on the thick, nourishing side. You don't really have an issue with pores.
No.
But for somebody who does, this will kind of smooth the pores over a little bit. But she is super dry. And she's in my house, which I notoriously keep very cold. So, dry. Brandon and I love being cold. So, like, there's a heater on in the living room. It's like a fireplace heater. That's on the second she walks in the door. She stays in my old studio with the giant colossal lights that make it really hot in there.
I don't keep the lights on when I sleep. I would never be able to sleep.
Because
they're
suns.
So bright. If you look back at his videos, I don't know how many,
I haven't been in there in over a year and a half.
Like a year, yeah. Like more than a year. Like, so if you go a little more than a year and you look at his videos, he's got, like, the frame all around. It's very Broadway. It's very him. But,
So I'm going to be doing a foundation cocktail Her two shades, her summer and her winter, are going to be Gobi in Sheer Glow from NARS and Buff in Becca Skin Love. She's kind of in between the two right now, so I'm going to kind of cocktail them. I'm not going to mix it into that.
How about not? I don't nearly use as much as he just put, but
I would rather have enough of the mixture that if I need to layer it up, I don't have to try and mix and redo the shade.
Right. And
So-
I don't usually mix it on my hand. I usually
Dot it
tap
on your
it all
face
and dot it on my face and then blend.
Now,
I blend with a silver brush.
the reason I don't is
The formulas are also a little different.
they are.
The NARS one is more wet and liquidy, and the Becca one is thicker, and it makes it an interesting.
A little lighter. Actually, on camera that looks good, but I'm going to go a tiny bit lighter. And I definitely mix more, and this is something I do with all clients I'm working with. If I find I need to build up the color a little bit, or, you know, it dries as I'm working with it, I don't want to have to try and remix the color and start over and then have a second color of foundation
In the wrong color.
and the wrong color. So I would rather mix a little extra. Much better. And see, on camera, I don't know if you can see, that's you.
'Tis me.
Actually, in person, it's a little bit light.
But
But we're going to bronze and we'll be
Right.
fine.
better that I'm lighter than darker.
Agreed.
You can't go back. You're using such a tiny brush. Is that because you mixed it like that?
I mix it with the brush. No, I'm using it just because when you look, you don't need a lot of coverage everywhere. So I'm kind of targeting where I want more of that coverage. So when I go in, I don't really have to do too much blending or buffing. I'm really just shearing it out where I want it sheer and building it up where I want it. It's just going to, if you want to grab the hand mirror so you can see what I did. In no time at all, it just blends.
Right.
Very thin layers just so that I can make sure I'm doing just what I want. Because the biggest mistake anybody can make with their makeup in general is doing a full face of foundation even everywhere. I tell people all the time, build up the coverage where you need it. If you need next to nothing on your chin or nose, use next to nothing on your chin and nose. It's more important that you are evened out than having that mask of foundation.
So you're going to cover the blemish on my jawline.
I'm going to cover the blemish on your jawline.
Right.
Now, because this is a really actually quite a good match, I'm not taking it all the way down the neck like I normally would. I'm really just taking it under the chin, and just whatever's on the brush I'll take down the neck, just enough to lock it in. Do you believe I've never used this foundation brush and I like what it's doing?
It's very dense in the bristles. It feels like,
A beauty blender.
yeah.
That's the kind of foundation brush I like. And she has a lot of redness in her cheeks. So we're going to add a little bit more in the cheek area just to make sure that redness is covered so that when we go in with blush, she doesn't yell at me for putting too much blush on because she still sees the red. Because that's never happened before. So I'm going into that concealer brush that I used to do her eyeshadow primer. And I'm going to take a little bit of the setting spray just to add a little bit more hydration into the foundation.
You talk, and you do.
I talk and I do. As I just finesse this in. And I like taking more of a detail brush for top of the lip, around the nose, anywhere where I want a little bit more precision. So she has smile lines. Not super defined, but they are there. So if I was to take a rather large foundation brush and just smooth over it, it's going to smooth over the crack, and the crack will come right back. So by taking a smaller brush and almost stippling in to those harder to reach areas, it'll just give me a little bit more control. And again, she is dry, so we're not like over powdering the whole face, and I haven't concealed yet. What I am going to do is I'm going to just set down the crease of the side of the nose and the smile lines, just because we want to ensure that they're not going to crack and crease. I like it because it really just instantly puts on
Okay.
where I want it.
but it's only in one spot. Like, when I put concealer on, it's more like
Do you
the
paint
way...
the triangle?
I paint the triangle, but not, like, filled in. Like, I draw it in the... in lines.
Okay.
So I go from the inner corner down, like, from here to here, and then kind of go out and make a triangle.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, like, all the lines come from underneath my eye. And then I go up a little.
Now this is an illuminating powder, so this is not going to be super drying on the skin, but I'm still making sure not to powder the whole face because she doesn't need that. Just where we don't want it to crease. So I'm taking next to no powder, and I'm just going to move the powder that's already there around the face just to make sure that everything is even. And then going into a brush with absolutely no product on it. Zero. Brandon hates when I do this, but every time like there's that nothing in there, I go like this. Nothing on the brush. Just going to make sure that everything has been buffed away. We don't want any powder grabbing anything, so we want to make sure that we have removed it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a tiny bit of that setting spray just to take down any powderiness that there might be. And she's going to keep her eyes closed for like 30 seconds. I'm going to go get all this off the back of my hand so I don't get it all over one of us, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we are back. I did have her throw a little bit of a brown liner in her waterline, and we're going to finish up the eyes before moving on to the face. I'm going to take, it's literally that exact same brush we've been using,
Okay.
and all I'm going to do, and there's no extra product on this brush because I don't want this to look like a bruise.
Can I move?
Sure.
Okay. This is better.
I don't want this to look like a bruise, but I want to make sure that we are getting a little bit of that same color around the whole eye. I'm going to take a little bit of that brown shade Secret. I'm just going to press that just really close to the lash. And something you guys have seen me do a million times over is I'll then take a fluffy brush and I will just blend into the outer portion of the eye just to make sure that it is one continuous line. Taking a tiny bit of a neutral transition tone. This is Rush. It's a little warmer. I'm just going to lightly blend out the outermost portion of the eye. Whenever I do a super cool toned or a super purpley look, I always like to have more of a warm brown transition area because that's what takes down that bruisiness because it makes it look a little bit more blended and a little more intentional. I'm grabbing a fluffy brush with my translucent powder. Just going to soften all of those lines. And something to keep in mind, because she's going to look at this and she's going to think, oh my god, I look like I'm sick and I look like I have a bruise. Same way I always do every time I'm on camera. Until you have contour and bronzer and blush and a lip, everything's going to wash you out. So if you want to just see.
Not really.
You sure?
Yep.
But you got to trust the process.
That's why I'm not looking.
Gotcha. Alright, so what we're going to do now is we're going to curl her lashes. I'm going to throw on some mascara and a lash off camera because that's going to take way too long. Then we'll be back to tie up the face. Alright, so lashes are on and we're looking, I mean, beautiful.
Real flirty.
Pasty.
But white.
So I'm going to grab, this is the butter bronzer from Physicians Formula. Smell it.
Ooh.
Coconuts. I'm going to...
Coconut.
This is the light shade.
We had a conversation about coconuts yesterday.
We did.
No. Yeah.
It was yesterday.
It was Thursday.
So I might have to grab the regular one because I have regular and I have light. Depends on... Look forward. The light might be too light. Yeah, I think we're going to go in with a darker bronzer. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take...
More product?
A lot of this bronzer. Chin up. And we're just going to take it a little bit down the neck. Warm up the jaw. Make us look a little less pasty. I'm going to grab a denser brush and the City Bronzer from Maybelline. lately the drugstore has been killing bronzers. Like, it's been beautiful. Oh, yeah. And you can see why I'm not contouring. She don't need it. Yeah, don't blink, don't drink, don't breathe, don't
do anything.
That's not fun. You should be able to live while you're wearing lashes. I don't know. You know me. I can throw on lashes for 16 hours. I love lashes.
It's not about throwing them on. It's that you're, taking something that's fluffy and rubbing it against my face. So
I know I said I wasn't contouring, and I'm still not. But I am taking a much smaller brush with that same Fenty bronzer we ended up liking. And I'm just going to use the same product just to round out the outside bit of her contour area. Because she already has very defined cheekbones. But I want to make sure...
What, that you see them?
No, you're going to see them no matter what. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to blend it out, don't worry. But I want to make sure that the shape of them stays the same. Because when we throw on the highlighter, it's very common for the highlight to really pick up the entire... Like, you see my highlight, it's the entire cheek area. Because my cheeks are not super defined. Because hers are... I want to make sure to give myself that line, so when I highlight, I'm really just pinpointing this area so she doesn't look like a sparkly disco ball. Pretty much. I want brush. I'm going to be going in with the Alana Trio, and I'm going to take the shade Paraíso, because it's beautiful, and I'm going to mix a little bit of...
You have way too much fun saying that.
Scorcher. Paraíso.
Yeah.
She doesn't blush. She doesn't like blush.
I'm always afraid when I put on blush that I'm going to put on too much blush, I'm going to put on the wrong color, it's going to make me look like a clown, because I've seen it happen.
So what do you think of this?
It's subtle.
It is, and I am still building it up.
I almost think that looking at it on camera, that it needs to be more pigmented, but looking at it
in person,
I don't want you to put more, because I don't want to look like a clown.
So this is like the balance, and I say this to them all the time. Like, what you see and what I see, like, in a mirror down here. I just realized I have a mirror literally in front of my microphone. What you guys see... Sorry, you're fine. What you guys see versus what we see are not always exactly the same. So, like, right now, you have a very defined cheekbone, and you got a lot of blush on. Well, you have enough blush on.
Okay.
But when you look in the... It looks
like I don't have as much as I do in person.
Which, I mean, I feel like I look more like that.
In person?
I don't feel like it's that much. Look at me.
Probably not.
This is the part I find that, like, really kicks it up.
You are very big on your highlight.
I like to glow. I like everyone to glow.
Do you need help opening the package?
I do.
Oh, jeez.
I just don't want to break a nail. I don't want you to break a nail either.
I don't have any left.
And again, because she's drier, I will take that highlight and just dust a little bit on the highest points of the face, just because that is going to turn and look at that glow. You see that shine?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. That's going to be our base glow, and we're going to amp the hell out of it. Because that's what I do. But for you, I'm taking an eyeshadow brush because your face is smaller than mine.
I know. I'm
going to take the Natasha Denona Glow Extreme.
Extreme. Oh, that's a lot of shine.
Isn't it pretty?
It's pretty.
And then taking that blush brush.
So we can go back to the thought fact where I said mermaid.
Yes.
Right about now.
Right.
Now I just need like a dingle hopper and I'm ready to go.
You want me to grab you one?
I mean, maybe.
Where is my settings? I'm gonna lock this in one more time. I know she just closed her eyes so tight that she moved her lash, so we're gonna fix that again.
Did I really?
I'm going to shut off the camera so she doesn't talk while I line her lips and put her lipstick on. Otherwise, I know she's gonna end up wearing it, and we'll be back.
It's gonna be on my teeth.
And the lip is on, and the hair is down, so you know it is legit. I'm going to, one last time, set her down.
But I put my hair down.
I know. Just, don't worry, close. This time, because we've set like 19 times, it's a very light mist. You're fine. You're good. We didn't mess up the hair. It's not like when she was younger and anyone would go near her because she used to flat iron her hair every single day. And
No, I used to blow dry my hair. I didn't flat iron my hair.
I'm talking
No,
blow dryer.
I really didn't flat iron my hair that often.
But it was always straight, and she would
always
always stay away from her with any sort of moisture or liquid. She'd melt. Anyway,
my hair would get ruined. I wouldn't melt. You could get me wet. You just couldn't get anything from, like, here up.
That's what she said. Anyway, this is the finished look. I'm really enjoying the switch up because this is very Brett. Purpley smoky eye, nude lip, little bit of gloss, blinding to the house. And this is actually, I'm going to link a video up here of the last time I did Alana's makeup on camera. And I basically did this exact look right here. It was a golden smoky eye with a bold red lip. So pretty spot on for trading Freaky Friday. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this video, let us know down below. And don't forget to answer the $1 million question. Do you want to see her do makeup the way she does her makeup while I do what I do? Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.